Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Andrew, and today I'm going to be showing you my game, Otter's Awakening: A Tale of Creation. So the genre of my game is a turn-based RPG or a turn-based roleplay game. So a roleplay game or a turn or an RPG is a type of game where the player plays a role as a character in a fictional setting and follows the narrative that the game presents. But what makes a turn-based RPG is the combat follows a turn-based system where the player will take turns attacking enemies and deciding what to do on their turn. So the creation story that inspired my game was the Anishinaabe story called The Otter, where the great otter spirit helped with the creation of humans and taught them to protect their family in the direction to unity. Because of that, the plot of my game is that the otter spirit has summoned the player to this land where four evil spirits roam, and the otter grants you power and gives you the task of defeating all of the evil spirits. So throughout the game, you're going to move around the world and defeat each evil spirit, and then move on to the next one until you defeat all four of them. So now I'll talk about some problems that I had while coding and how I fixed them. The first problem So now I'll talk about some problems I had while coding and how I fixed them. The first problem I had was having way too many global variables. So before optimizing, I had so many global variables because I needed one for each image and audio file and game menu, which is way too many. So the way I fixed this was grouping these variables into a list or a dictionary or a 2D list. So you can see here, I grouped all of my images and visual assets. I grouped all of my songs into a dictionary called audio assets. I grouped all of my game objective flags into a 2D list, so they're all easily accessible. So another reason why this helped is because it made it so that I could actually fulfill the list and dictionary requirements for the assignment, and it also helped me group everything together so that way I would only have to remember a few variable names at a time when I was programming each level. So as you can see, I still actually have a few 1D lists that are like alone is as like one variable name. This is because I wasn't able to put them under 2D lists and find a spot for them. Mostly because I just didn't prioritize that. I wanted to work on other things and I didn't have enough time. So another problem I had while coding my game was trying to get my game over music and my victory music to play when the corresponding screen was active. So I'm still not sure why it wasn't playing. I even used like a test case scenario where it would print a message if it was playing. I used like the is playing command, and it would return the message, but I couldn't hear any audio. So I'm still not sure why it worked. Anyways, I just tried different ways of getting my audio to play for like around 2 hours, and eventually I settled on this. So this also worked. So the solution that I found was just putting it if was just putting if it was not playing in my main function during the appropriate game mode, then it would play. So another problem that I had while coding my game was trying to make movement sound effects play at the right time and play like right. So originally I would trigger the sound effect if the player held down the movement key, but when that happened, it would continuously play the sound effect over and over and over again, right? So I fixed this by adding another bool in my player move flag list that made it so that after playing the sound effect, it would set to false, so that it wouldn't play until you release the key, which would allow you to make the sound effect, which would make the sound effect true. Okay, so another problem that I just want to talk about, it doesn't have anything to do with the code, but uh, one problem that I had for why this took me so long to make this whole game is I made every single character sprite, almost every background. The only background I didn't make was my title screen background, and also my game over screen and my victory screen. Those are super simple backgrounds there, so that didn't take me much time. But these are what took me the most time. It was mostly just these game backgrounds, these images, uh, basically all my character sprites, all of my like you know images. I made these all in pixel art, and I made game backgrounds using tile software, where I would take an image and I would take a tile from the image, Then I would lay that tile to make these kinds of backgrounds, stuff like this. Yeah, yeah. So to eat up time, I'm just gonna show you each individual thing I made. So this is my player. Play as this guy. I made this in pixel art. This is one of the enemies in the game. It's supposed to be one of the spirits. Another spirit that I made in pixel art. Oh yeah, each spirit is supposed to be like an element. So this one's like a dark spirit. This one's a grass spirit. This one's a water spirit. Uh, yeah, I made all these in pixel art, by the way. I made this one's like a fire spirit. This is one of my game backgrounds. So like this is my level 2 background where you go in and this is like the the fighting setting. This is my level 1 background, my level 4 background. And I made all these in the tile software. This is my level 3 background. This is my game overworld. So in the game, you can, uh, after one of the first cutscene, the prologue, you can walk around the overworld. And what happens is you can like interact with each level. So to enter a level, you have to walk up to the area, and then you press E to enter. So yeah, here, this is one of the levels. This is a village. This is a campfire, so that's for when you fight the fire spirit. Uh, for the patch of grass, that's for when you fight the grass spirit. That's the third level, and then the fourth level is up here by the pier and the water. That's the fourth level, like the last level. That's the fight with the water spirit. So, oh, I also made this check mark. This one didn't take that much time. It was just a simple check mark. It's just an indicator, like on screen, as to when if you finish your if you complete a level, then it'll the check mark will pop up. And also, uh, because levels are like sequential, I wanted to make sure that it was obvious that you can't access like if you haven't beat level 1, that you can't access level 2. All right. So I have a lock image. So the lock image will display over levels that are locked. And then yeah, I made this villager. I plan to have like a lot more use for this NPC, but I made it like it was one of the first things I made along with my character. So he doesn't have much use in the game. He's just kind of in the background. And then this is my player. Oh, the one from before, that was a resized image. I the reason why I have a smaller one and a bigger one is because in fights, the bigger one is used to the bigger one is used for like fights because it's bigger, right? And it's easier to see. And I didn't use the resize function because it would make my character blurry, so I just decided to like just resize it and have two images. And then this one is for the overworld when you're like walking around. And then I have another image of it reflected in case you want to go left. And then this is my otter spirit. I also made this in pixel art. Yeah. And then this is the only thing I stole, like off the internet. It's the title screen background. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So now for my one custom function that I made, I'm going to talk about my out of bounds function. The purpose of this function is to dictate whether or not the player can move in any direction or in a certain direction. So when I'm slicing the list for the index of 0 and 1, I'm checking for x and y coordinates of the player. So as you can see, I set coordinates of where my conditions start, and these coordinates are the edges of the map, and the also the ends of the pier that's on my map where you can walk. So the function makes it so that movement stops if the player reaches the edge of the map. It does this by making a part of my list called player move flag equal to false, which is a condition for movement and setting the player speed to 0. This is useful because it makes it so that the player can only move in a certain space, and it's especially useful since my game is from a top-down perspective, where going off screen would just make it look really weird. This function is called to the main function when the overworld is active, which is called to the draw function, so that the boundaries are always there and the player's position is always updating and checking if the player is hitting a wall. Alright, so now we're gonna get into some of my gameplay, so I'm gonna hit run. And here's my title screen. So again, the name of the game is Otter's Awakening, A Tale of Creation. As you can hear, there's some background audio. This is my title theme. So so let's see what it says. So click spacebar to start, click TW control. So let's see how to play. I hit T, so how to play. Use WASD to move, use E to interact, click to select. So clicking is for different menus and stuff. So we're gonna press T to return to the title screen. And now we're gonna hit spacebar to start a game. So this is our first cutscene, this is our prologue. So this is the Otter Spirit. So he's saying, hey, I'm the Otter Spirit and I have summoned you to this world. So we're gonna hit next to go to the next text box. Here. I need your help to rid this land of the 4 evil spirits. I will grant you my power. Defeat the evil spirits. So remember, this is my plot. Yeah, so we're just gonna hit next. And here, this is my world, so you can move in any direction. Left, right, up, down, diagonal, any diagonal. Yeah, so as you can see, the locks are levels that are locked, and levels that are not locked will be completely open. So that village up here is unlocked. But here, if you try and press E to enter these levels, I'm mashing E right now, it doesn't work. And also you can hear every time I input movement, different key, you can hear that sound effect for walking. Also, before I get into any levels, I want to show you guys my out of bounds function. So this is my out of bounds function working. As you can hear, I'm trying to mash W right now, I can't go up. So let's also check out this wall. So this wall, I'm mashing D right now, it's not working. I can't move towards that wall. This is the edge of the world. It also works down here, and we're also going to try it on that wall. So yeah, so on this wall, can't move. So let's go to the first level. So press E to enter the level, and this is my fighting menu. These are health bars, so obviously the one on the left side is the player's health, and the one on the right side is the enemy's health. Yeah, so this is the enemy. This is one of the evil spirits that we have to defeat. So we're gonna navigate through menus and we're gonna pick our options and we're gonna try and kill these guys. So we're gonna hit fight, and here's our moves that we can pick from. So we can do 4 different types of moves. So we can do spear, flame, sap, spray. So against this guy, let's try flame. Oh, we did some damage, and as you can see, he did some damage to me as well. So we're gonna continue fighting. We're gonna try spear. Did a little bit less damage, and also as you can see, every time you pick a move, the enemy will do damage to you, and you'll get the pop-up message, the enemy attacked. So we're gonna keep going, and then we're gonna finish out this fight. So we're gonna hit spear, and boom. So now you can see, since we completed that level, the village level has a check mark on it, and also the campfire level has been unlocked, and there's no lock on it anymore. So we're gonna get into this level now. So we hit E to get into the level, and now I'm gonna show you guys what pray does. So pray is my random part of the game. So what it does is, if you hit pray, you'll get this message: your prayers have been answered, you were healed. So as you can probably tell, pressing pray will pick a random number between a certain range, and it will heal you a certain amount. But just because you heal doesn't mean that the enemy doesn't attack. So in this turn, we still got attacked, but that was taken into calculation also with my heal. So next we're gonna fight, and we're gonna try and kill this guy. So let's try spray. So, and then let's use spear to finish off this fight. Yep. So now you can see that my grass part has been unlocked, and this is a new level. So we're gonna get into this level now. So we're getting pretty low on health again. So let's pray. We're gonna pray again, and then we're gonna use flame on this guy, and we're gonna pray one more time, just get more health back. We're gonna fight, and we're gonna flame. So now we beat the 3rd level, and we're going to the last level now. So this is my pier that I talked about earlier. So yeah, this is the pier in the game. So we're gonna hit E, and this is the last level. So I'm gonna hit pray, and we're gonna try and get some more health back before we fight this guy. So we're gonna fight. We're gonna sap him. I'm gonna fight, and then we're gonna snap one more time. And as you can see, we won. I killed the last spirit, and that's it. That's the end. So we get this pop-up message, and we also get the background music of for the winning theme. So we're gonna hit escape to quit, and then we're gonna run it one more time because I wanted to show you guys what happens if you get a game over. So we're gonna get through, and we're just gonna fight until we die, I guess. So we're gonna get through this. We beat the first level. We're gonna go to the second level. And look. So if you lose all your health, then you get to the game over screen, and it plays the game over theme. So we just hit escape to quit, and that's the end of my game. Thanks.